taken away some of the storytelling techniques. This is the real deal. This is my impression. That's my takeaway. This is the real deal.
Mark Brown just ripped his heart open, vulnerability that, and I know the man, and we know each other, and he shared something that, man, it shifted the world. Shifted me. Support him all the way.
Everybody on stage is here to serve, and you feel that throughout the conference. They're here to help you in whatever way you need.
But I wanted something that was supercharged, something that was going to have a punch that was 50 times stronger than going to a Toastmaster meeting, and I got it.
Well, being that today is only half of the first day, I would like to say it's been at least a dozen different aha moments for me. One of them came from, well, the most recent one came from Mark Brown as he was telling us his story when he was a child. It really brought me back in to where I was thinking about some things as when I was a child, but I went a little deeper from watching and listening to his speech and how he had the pictures up when he was a youth, stuff like that. It just made me think about when I was a youth and I was in Catholic school and some of the knucklehead things that I was doing in Catholic school, how he got left back in high school and I got left back in elementary. And it made me really think about a lot of elements that I can use to inspire others just from watching him.
You know what makes this program unique is like you go some conventions and seminars, you just get mindset and that's it. And it's important, I know. Some of the seminars you go and you take motivation only. Woo, 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 that's it, nothing else. And sometimes you go a lot of technical stuff, the methodologies. Over here you got three of them. You got the mindset, motivation, and the methodologies, which makes it perfect.
I appreciate the enthusiasm that the presenters have all shown. Enthusiasm that causes me to believe that they believe in what they are saying and they want me to believe in what they're saying, and they're imparting that enthusiasm to me.
Speak like you talk, not like you write. That was something that hit me right away when I had the little mini coaching, and that was very valuable.
I was really inspired. I learned about how it's not about the product, it's about the person. It's about who you are. That is what your audience is going to buy. And that really touched my heart because I kept thinking about how you have to make products, yet in this case, no, it's about what you're making of yourself and what you put on the stage. That's what I saw in the speakers so far. And I got to say for myself, as a military veteran, getting out of the service, seeing what's out there on stage just inspired the heck out of me. I feel so pumped up, so engaged, ready to serve the American public all over again with what I've seen so far.
You know, one of the ones that I found the most impressive was sell the result, not the product, from Craig Valentine.
Yeah.
That's huge. Coming from a world of sales, never really thought about that in those terms, but people don't care about the product, they just care about the results. The other thing was speaking to an individual and not the group. I thought that was extremely powerful. You know, connect with one, speak to all. Just a plethora of tools that I picked up, but those are three tools that I can recall that I think were extremely powerful, that I believe that I can start using immediately. Watching Craig, watching Ed, and being able to self-reflect helped me realize that, wow, I could do a much better job of editing the stories, because listening to them speak, I really don't, not that I don't recall the substance, because there was a lot of great substance, but it's the stories that I can recall. So now with that being said, I'm wondering when I speak to groups, it's not really that information, it's the stories that people will come back and remember the presentation with. So stories are where it's at.
I think the whole day has been a lot of aha moments. I've been coming for 5 years, and each year you get things that you can take away. Recently, I was awarded the Justice Institute of British Columbia Speaker of the Year Award, and it was through the different lessons I learned here from Darren, from Ed, from Craig. It's scary, but that's how you learn, and just by going up there, I learned so much, and it's stuff I'll be able to do, things I'll be able to take home and practice, and it's going to make me a better speaker. So I love Lady and the Champs.
A lot of the phrases that Craig Valentine shared with us have really stuck in my mind, like story lives between the lines. I think it was Darren that said always be creating. Yeah, there have been a lot of really great moments. I've learned a lot so far.
So far, it's been incredible. One is while listening to these guys, I was able to develop new speeches. I thought, oh yeah, the bully. I remember when I got bullied, or all these interesting things. The aha moment is, am I scared to be successful? And I like that aha. It hit me like, yeah, I am scared to go out there and be successful at this. This is my 7th time here. And I love every event that I come to for Lady and the Champs. It's incredible. And I learn something new every time.
I'm still a little buzzing because this is just incredible. It was such a beautiful set right now. And what I'm loving is this just incredible openness and sincerity and vulnerability. It's really touching. And I am just delighted and thrilled. And I feel so much love and appreciation. And I need to go sit and let this sink because it's just feeling really, really good. Really
let it soak in.
Yeah. So I'm blessed to be here. I feel really grateful.
Some of the keepers I have, number one is be aware of what's going to happen on the stage and always be prepared to deal with whatever takes place on the stage, which means you do some pre-planning so you're not surprised. The other keeper that Tate gave was when preparing for your speech is prepare it in chunks, but then practice giving it in different chunks so that you do not lose your place, and also allows you to continue to move with your presentation. And then just now with Mike Rayburn, I've heard it before, but I really like Mike's statement is, what if? What if you could do this? Think about what if. It's going to give me something when I go home to think about, okay, look at my programs, because I work with small business owners and entrepreneurs on how to build their business. So it's what if? What if you wanted to take your business from here and grow it into your dream business? How do you do it? And I like to say, how do you do it and avoid expensive, time-consuming mistakes? So that's my goal as I work with the business owners, and I think what I've taken away from here and tomorrow is going to help me really do that.
Condensed to connect, I think, was one of the ones that I got from Craig Valentine that I thought was extremely valuable. Every year, this is my 5th year coming here, and so the reason I keep coming is because I learn something every single time that I come. It's, in fact, last year, based on some of the information I've gotten here, I wrote a book, From Awful to Awesome, and I was able to mention the champs in the book and acknowledge them and give them a copy last year, and it was really special for me because they were part of the inspiration for writing the book. So it's been a great experience coming here to Lady and the Champs every year.
And nice legs, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can we get a shot of these?
Yeah,
yep. Huh? Nice.
I think that's all the takeaway anybody ever really needs from Lady and the Champs. Well, yes, I think Ford recognizes the fact that until he started working with me, his career was at a certain guttery sort of level, and that once I wrote a couple of... There's Ford Sakes right now. Come here, Ford Sakes.
Ford We come here right now.
We were just saying that you mentioned that before you and I started working together, your career was on a kind of a lower level.
It was lower level, and I was crashing and burning.
Yeah, but then we started...
And he gave me a parachute, and I landed safely, and now I've got a hot air balloon, and I'm going back up to the top of the sky.
Everyone here has just given me systems and ideas on ways to actually build a business for myself, and it's unreal. I love it. I'll be back next year.
One was the comment from Patricia Fripp when she came in as her superwoman.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. She never ceases to surprise. But one of the things she said, that we all need our persona, this suit we put on to inspire. And so that really made me think, what is my superpower, or what's the suit I put on to inspire? And then the second thing was something that Ed Tate said. It was about the 4.5 H's, that every speech has to connect with the head, the heart, have humor, and be hard-hitting, and humor is optional.
Oh my gosh, there was so much. I have so many pages of notes, but just talking to Mike Rayburn talking about, the what if, and always asking what if, and don't be stuck that just because somebody says you can't do it, just say what if we can't do it, but what if something if we were able to do it, what would that look like? And Ford Sakes and Craig Valentine, just everybody had such big nuggets that I got to go home and just read my notes again and again. And Mike Rayburn even said that, don't just put the notes away, make sure you go home and use them. So it has not disappointed as usual.
Oh, it's so wonderful. It's hard to choose just one or two. It has just really been great to be with the same people that are with goals of helping people and making sure that whatever you're doing is helping the world be a better place.
Yes.
And then to be with some top champions that can help us to improve. So as we talk to others, we can be more effective. I think that is one of the main things. It's just been awesome.
Oh my golly gosh. Lady of the Champs is always so mind-blowing. You get so much information that is usable. It's not the kind of thing that you go home and say, nah, throw that out. Instead, you need to go home. You need to debrief and read over everything that you got, because your mind cannot keep it all in one spot. So not only take notes, but review them and actually take action. And this is information that these guys, which are world-class, unbelievable people, you cannot get information like this anyplace else. You got to come to Lady and the Champs next year, or you're missing out. All there is to it.
This conference has really exceeded my expectations. I'm really glad I came.
Yesterday we were talking about really asking the question, what is your message and what is it that you want people to take away from your talk? And it's something I'd thought about, but hearing so many examples from other people gave me ideas that I hadn't come up with before. And I've been taking notes, but at the same time I'll sometimes start working on something. So it's not just taking notes to go home and work on it. I've actually been working on my business while I'm here.
Rehearse, and reverse. And today I thought Vince's speech about the 8 different ways to make your speech sticky was amazing. And I just loved all the examples that he gave us, like true life examples. So he showed us visually, he demonstrated what he was telling us as he told us. So he actually accomplished making his speech memorable and sticky and told us how to do it. For some reason this year, it was great last year, but this year has really moved me more than last year. And I feel like that repetition, which they talk about that, they're all having a lot of repetition, so it's really helping us soak it in, and it's making the event more memorable, and it's going to help us to be more memorable as speakers.
And all the key pointers that you learn along the way to touch an audience and make a difference in someone's life are really probably the most important things. And the impact that you have, that if you're going to make a difference in someone's life, there's a story to be told in all of us that should be shared with the universe. So a lot of great things, great tools, great tips.
Any one of our presenters here today is worth the price of admission. Every presentation is an aha moment for me. So I feel I'm getting really good value. And I can tell you that the reason that I've been a finalist in 4 district speech championships and winning the 2015 District 96 speech contest is because of Lady and the Champs and what I've learned here and what I've taken away, the packages that I purchased and what I've learned when I left. So it's total value.
Big things I got from here is I want to do more keynotes, so I got some great stuff on how to get booked more. I met some amazing business coaches who know my business area as well and gave me some tweaks and ideas about how to get attendance up at my events. And the big takeaway I had about all the speakers, though, there's such a nice level of professionalism. Like I was watching Patricia Fripp, and she's just giving it her all. And I get she's going to go all out no matter where she is.
I think one of the most amazing points that I learned is a lot of us use visual aids, PowerPoints, props, gestures. But Pastor Vince showed us a new way. His visual aids were more like visual actions, where he would act out a story so it would have a greater impact and leave more lingering with the audience and things.
This was a great, absolutely great weekend. This jump-started all my ambition to compete and jump-started all my ambition to be a professional speaker. This was a great time, and if you aren't here next year, you're missing out.
I think most importantly, how to build a business in speaking. I think the content and the messaging, I have the brand, but now it's how to make money doing that. And I think that for speakers is the hardest part. Well, for me it is. So walking away with that information for me is very valuable.
I'm taking away a bunch of things. The primary thing I'm taking away is basically how to be a better speaker. So not just, you know, the technical tips, the practical tips, but also the things that most speakers, they don't want to talk about, you know, in public. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff, a lot of stuff that comes from a lot of experience. And even the side talk that I heard, like this, just the interactions, I actually picked up more outside of the event, hearing the feedback the speakers were giving to other speakers than I did at the actual event. And not to down talk what was talking about the event, but there was just some really gold nuggets and some really honesty, you know, a lot of honest feedback that was going on, and that's where I really learned a lot. Yeah, no, I loved it. The whole energy and the whole environment here. I really didn't know what I was going to expect. Jason invited me out here. I'm so thankful he did. But, you know, I had a chance to meet Darren and some of the other speakers. I absolutely loved not only the energy, but just the professionalism. They really have their craft down, and it was really inspiring to watch people that are not only just talking about it, but really going out there and doing it. So yeah, it was really awesome.
So I love stage time. I love being here. It's awesome.
You should be here. It's amazing.